Hey everybody, good morning. This is Tina with Life in the Piedmont, and today on my channel, this video is brought to you by a collaboration called My Home Apothecary. It is hosted by Mountain Grandma and Natasha over at the Budget Preppers, and this is about building up your medicine cabinet yourself using natural and herbal remedies that you can forage or that you grow yourself. And before I get started, I just want to read a disclaimer that I am not a doctor. I do not claim to be a doctor or physician. Everything that I am going to share with you is things that I have researched, and I feel that it is going to be beneficial for me and my family. So I encourage you to do your research and talk to your doctor before you make any decisions on how and what you're going to use. So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to be making a salve today. And I believe I am going to go ahead and use, I think, my calendula oil, and we're going to go ahead and make a salve. And we're going to talk about calendula and the properties and benefits of using such an oil. All right, so the first thing I've gone ahead and done is I'm making a double boiler, and I'm going to rinse out my mason jar just to make sure it's nice and clean. It should be. And I had my calendula sitting and infusing in the oil for several months. And I wanted to show you what that looks like when I strained it out. This is the calendula that was dried. And you want to dry it before you infuse it in oil. And it really is easy to do. It's not a difficult thing. I placed it in a mason jar, and then I put my olive oil on it and sealed it up and let it sit for a couple of weeks. It's actually been sitting up probably several months, and you just shake it once in a while. So once that's drained, this is what you have left, is just the oil, and it smells heavenly. And then you're gonna need some beeswax, either a whole beeswax, or you can go get like shredded already, or beeswax square. And you will need to have your double boiler like I have here, and I have my scale because I want to make sure that I have the right measurements for this, and we're going to measure this in ounces. So I think what I'm going to do is pull this off really quick, go to my ounces, place it on, and then we are going to tear that. Whoops, it went to pounds, guys. Okay, we're gonna put it on, and we are gonna tear. And to that, I am gonna go ahead. I want 4 ounces of my calendula oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in here. You may just take this whole entire jar for all I know. We're at 3.5. Four right on the nose. And then I'm gonna tear this again, because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grade my beeswax, and I'm gonna need about an ounce. It's a half to 1 ounce of either beeswax pellets or grated beeswax. If you want your slab softer, then you're going to use a half an ounce for a softer slab, or 1 ounce for a firmer, if that makes sense. So I am going to take this off. We're going to clear it. There we go. And I think I'm just going to get another plate. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start grading this. My double boiler is heating up really nice. So we're just gonna go ahead and grade, because this will get all melted down together. I'll bring you back when it's done grading. All right, there is my half an ounce but I think I'm just gonna put the rest of this grated beeswax on here. It's about 0.55 ounces, so I think we're okay. So to that, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add it in to the infused calendula oil that I measured out. Remember, this was what, 4 ounces. So I'm gonna place this in here. I'm telling you, it really does smell delicious right now. And we're gonna place this on top of our double boiler, and we're gonna start melting it. You don't wanna melt it too fast. So I'm gonna turn my heat down just a little bit. And I'm gonna take a chopstick out. So you're gonna wanna stir this occasionally. The goal to this is getting all the beeswax melted. And then you can pour this into your tins or a little mason jar. I think I may just go ahead and honestly leave this in this jar. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I have a small mason jar up here. You know, a little quarter-size mason jar. So I'm just gonna stir this up, and it's gonna take a couple of minutes, so don't rush the process because you do want it over a lower heat. And we're gonna stir and let this melt. Okay, so while everything is melting together, I want to talk to you a little bit about calendula itself. I will be reading just a couple of things off of here and what it's good for. Calendula is really good for anti-inflammatory. It is a very good to smooth your skin, that type of stuff. But let me talk to you about the different uses that you can use calendula for. Okay, so calendula can be used, as I said, for skin issues such as diaper rash, eczema, and other skin problems that you may have. Some people say it's a good sunscreen. I'm not sure about that with the oil, but let's just, you know, do your own research. You need to understand that. But what it does do, and I'm gonna read some of the things that it does do, it reduces inflammation because it is an anti-inflammatory plant. It prevents blood from clotting too much, which would be a thermogenic. That's the medical name for it. It's also been known to have a positive effect on blood sugar level. So if you fight any type of maybe diabetes or anything, it's been known to help fight that. It also has helped fight cancer and anti-cancer, and it also helps protect the brain. Again, do your own research. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just telling you my research, my experiences, and how I will use this salve personally for skin. It will be only for the skin. That is it. I'm gonna rub it on my feet and maybe on my arms and legs during the winter months. It is taking some time to heat that down. It's probably because I have it in a mason jar. So, so yeah, those are the ways that I'm gonna use it specifically on my skin. Because if you are anything like me during the winter time when I'm not outside, it's too warm in the house, the skin just really dries out. So I am gonna be testing it this winter to see how I personally react to it and see how it benefits me. And I will probably do a video taking you along to show you the before and after, if you don't mind, if that's something you're interested in, because I wanna show you how it does work. And I think it's important to know. I'm not gonna just make this, leave it sit in my medicine cabinet. And from there, we'll be able to make even more when it works and has better healing properties. Plus, not just that, but you know, even some of the lotions and stuff that you go into the store, they're all full of these different types of toxic chemicals and ingredients. And if you can make your own calendula, it doesn't take very much. You grow it during your spring and summer garden, Harvest it, dry the flowers out, infuse it in oil, and in a couple of months, you'll have a wonderful skin softener that helps dry skin, eczema, and baby rash. So one more thing I wanted to touch base on was that the common names for calendula are these. English garden marigold, Scotch marigold, and fleur de calendula. So there you go. So there are different types of calendula. Do your research. I hope you have fun doing it. This has just been so much fun doing this. I always learn when I am part of this collaboration. So I really thank Tammy and Natasha for including me in this collaboration once again this year. So once it's all melted together, pour into a container like this. I'm using a mason jar. That made more than I thought. And we're just gonna let it sit and cool off. And there you have your infused calendula to help with any type of dry skin. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. Go do your research on it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one, friends. Be blessed. Bye.